If you remember, in the previous session, we have gone through the method of separation of two immiscible liquids, right? Where we have used separating funnel and we have used the principle of difference in density of the liquids, right? Now here we are having another mixture where we are given with two or more miscible liquids. When we are talking about miscible liquids are the liquids which mix together in all proportions and they form a single layer. Okay, you will not be able to find any other layer in miscible liquids. So all the two or three of the liquids are going to dissolve in each other properly. They are going to mix up in each other properly. Okay, so what type of method you are going to use here? See, here we are going to use distillation process itself. Okay, we have seen distillation process. What happens in distillation process? The distillation process was used where you wanted to get each and every component of the liquid and solid. But here also we are going to use the same thing, distillation process, in which the liquids are allowed to change to vapor state, and then they are going to be condensed and are going to be separated out. But how these three of the or two of the liquids miscible, they are miscible here, they are dissolved here. So how we are going to separate them? What principle is going to be taken here? So hello everyone, welcome back to Aakaar chemistry classes. We are going through a series of sessions for the chapter is matter around us pure, and this session is your 29. Session number 29 is going on. The chapter is from class 9th, and we are doing we are understanding the methods of separation for a mixture. Okay, in which we are going to understand how two miscible liquids are going to be separated out from each other, and we'll see the principle behind it. The basic principle for this is, you can take it as principle. The basic principle is the difference in boiling points. Difference in boiling points of the liquids. So what will happen? If we are going to have different boiling points of liquids, suppose you are having two here, we have taken say three of the liquids are given here. Suppose just an assumption you can take, this is a liquid, this is a mixture of liquids, and say this is first liquid, this is second one, and this is third one, and the first liquid is having boiling point say X, second liquid is having boiling point as Y, and third liquid is having a boiling point as Z. What will happen when you are going to heat them up? When you are going to apply heat, you can see that the liquid which is having low boiling point, say if it is having low, this one is having mid one, and this is having high. So the boiling point which is low, that liquid, the liquid which is having low boiling point, that will vaporize first, then the second one, and then the third one. So that liquid, when it is allowed to vaporize, that vapor is allowed to further pass through the condenser, and there it is allowed to cool down, condensed, and then it is collected into another beaker where it is separated out from the other two liquids. Okay, understood? This is how you are going to do for the second liquid. The same thing is to be done by the third liquid. So basic principle is what property is being used is the difference in boiling points of the liquid, of the component liquids. So this is the principle which you are going to use, that is the boiling points are different in cases of the miscible liquids. Okay, but you have to note one point, that the difference in boiling point should be, okay, difference in boiling points should not be less than 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. It should not be less than 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, or if in extreme condition it can go up to 10 degrees Celsius, but not below that. basically it is mentioned for 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, but for very low differences of, or where you need a little bit of a separation, or very this one, there you can use 10 degrees Celsius as well, but then 10 to 20 degrees Celsius will work, but in very rare conditions. Okay, so here we are going to understand how to separate two miscible liquids. So you can see, just take one example here. We are going to take an example, and what the which type of distillation is this? This is not simple distillation as we have seen in our previous video. It is known as this process in which boiling point is taken into consideration. This type of distillation is known as fractional distillation. What do we say? Fractional distillation. Understood? Why it is known as fractional distillation? Because we are considering boiling points as the base factor here. And why also the name is given as fractional? Because the process is in fractions. You can say that this process involves repeated distillation and condensation. There is repeated distillation and condensation. Repeated, you can say that it is a repeated distillation and a repeated condensation. Both the things are in repetition mode, repeated condensation. Understood? So this is why we can say that it is done in fractions. Okay, so the separation happens when the mixture is heated at certain temperature, and where fractions of the mixture start to vaporize. Got it? It means that first part of the mixture, say fraction of mixture is vaporized, means one of the liquid which is having a low melting point, it is going to vaporize. Then the second will when the second liquid is going to attain its boiling point, then it will start vaporizing. So this is done in fractions. That is why this distillation process is known as fractional distillation. Understood? Okay, now let us try to set up the experimental this one setup here again, and for that I'm just going to draw, and then I'll be back again to you. So here is the setup of fractional distillation. Okay, you can see there is a fractional which is going to be used for heating purpose. Then you can see here the condenser is this condenser is known as Liebig's condenser, and it is attached to this setup. This is the fractionating column, and to this column it is attached, and it is attached in such a way that once when the heat is applied here, the liquid here is the mixture is having two of the liquids here. So the liquid which is having less boiling point, okay, the liquid with higher boiling point will remain back, and the liquid with low boiling point will start changing into the vapor form, and it will move up. Okay, as soon as it will move up, it is going to be allowed to pass through this setup. Okay, this is your condenser. This is your condenser, means where it is going to be cooled down. Okay, so it is going to this vapor is going to be allowed to pass through this condenser where it is cooled up. You can see here water inlet is provided and water outlet is provided, where through this inlet water is allowed to pass through this glass, and here from this side it is allowed to move out once it is heated up. So from here when the cold water is allowed to pass into this, when this vapor comes into this this portion of the setup, it gets cooled down here. and when once it is cooled down, it changes to liquid form, and that liquid is allowed to pass through this pipe from where this water is collected in this conical flask in the form of distillate. Okay, so this is how you are going to collect this first liquid part. Then after this, again you are going to remove this, take another flask, put it here, and then you are going to see, you can see there is a thermometer which is placed here. This thermometer is placed to check the temperature so that you can increase the temperature as soon as all the vapor of the first liquid, since there are two liquids we have taken in this example, so two out of two liquids, when the vapor of this first liquid is you will check the temperature first, and when once all the liquid vaporizes from here, the liquid very first part of the liquid when vaporizes and no vapor starts coming out from this setup at the same temperature, then the temperature is increased further, and then the second part, the second constituent or the second liquid starts boiling up and it changes to vapor, and then it is collected in another flask in the same way after condensation. Understood? So this is what done in the fractional distillation. So fractional distillation is basically what? It is the process of separation of two miscible liquids. Okay, it is process of separation of two miscible liquids by the process of distillation. Okay, making use of that difference in boiling points. Here we are using what? Difference in boiling points, and this is known as fractional distillation. Okay, and this process, as I have told you, that you have to keep it under note that this process is useful only when the difference in the boiling points of the miscible liquids is about 20 degree to 25 degrees Celsius, or it could be 10 to 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now, what are the applications of fractional distillation? See, fractional distillations are used, this process is used in many of the cases. It is used for the purification of water. Let me write also so that you will come to know that what are the application. Let us understand that it is used in the purification. First you can write that, it is used in the purification of water as well as separating acetone and water. Okay, so this is one case where it is used. Then it is also used in industries, in oil refineries. Okay, it is used in oil refineries. Okay, fractional distillation is a process which is used in oil refineries and chemical plants. Okay, it is also used in chemical plants where you can say that for purification and separation of many organic compounds. Okay, then third is what? Third point you can write is that it is used for the separation of liquefied air. Okay, if you are having any liquefied air, you can separate it with the fractional distillation, right? And for example, you can say the components of liquid nitrogen and oxygen, they can be separated out from by this method. Okay, even argon can be, concentrated argon can be obtained out of it. Okay, then fourth is what? It is used in the separation of various crude oil. Okay, so separation of various components of crude oil. Okay, what is crude oil? Actually, crude oil is a mixture, you can say. Okay, and it normally contains substances like paraffin wax. Okay, you are having in this paraffin wax is there, gasoline is there. Okay, then you can see that even diesel is there in it, right? And naphtha is there. Okay, you can also get lubricating oil out of it. Okay, lubricating, so main you can see lubricating oil, and even kerosene you can find out of it. Okay, so these are the things which are separated out of this crude oil. Okay, and fractional distillation helps a lot in the case of this crude oil. Okay, so this was all about fractional distillation, and in the coming session, in the coming lecture, we'll come up with another video. And till then, keep watching. If you are new to the channel, do subscribe the channel, press the bell icon so that you'll get the notification about the video being updated. And thank you. Take care.